95.5 WFMS, and good morning. It's a Thursday morning. Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
Chuck likes to call it pre-Friday.
Pre-Friday. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's being positive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Chuck Lofton I'm talking about, of course.
Yeah, that's
Well, really, every day of the week is pre-Friday.
You know what? That's a good way of looking
we're
at
all
it.
before Friday.
You're exactly right.
Wow, that's good thinking.
Monday is actually pre-Friday.
It's a
This would be my favorite pre-Friday day.
Like the way you think.
All right. 65 now on this pre-Friday. 95.5 WFMS. 95.5 WFMS, 626 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. A little change here for the folks at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, they've decided that it does take quite a bit of time to get your carry-out order together and make sure that all the DoorDash drivers are taken care of. So they've now added a service fee. It's a 99-cent takeout fee.
Okay.
Onto your bill. And a lot of people are not very happy.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would be really thrilled with. So I get out of my car, I walk up, I grab the food that I've ordered, and it's going to cost me $1 more.
Yeah, because they bagged it up and had to take time away from serving customers in the restaurant. So it's a 99-cent service fee. Somebody got online and posted that they had ordered the food and noticed this service fee listed on their receipt and had never seen it before, and they're a pretty regular customer. Said that they noticed at the bottom of the receipt there's a little asterisk next to it. It says, this service fee helps us operate our takeout business. Mm-hmm. But they said, then I guess I'm done. I'm done with Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm not going back. Now, it's 99 cents. It's relatively low.
And they claim it's temporary. Right. By the end of and it's not in all locations. It was like they were testing
it out or something.
Which is kind of funny because they came back when all this backlash happened. They were like, oh, well, it's just temporary. And we're not doing it. We're going to end it by summer. It's like, well, why'd you do it in the first place?
With that said, if you go in there to eat, you're usually eating on plates and regular silverware and regular cups.
Right.
There's a lot of paper goods that are involved in carryouts, like the napkins and people. Do you have utensils, the plastic utensils?
Yeah, but sometimes they don't offer
condiments.
Okay.
Sometimes you don't get plates with it. Sometimes
but you make a good point.
At other restaurants.
Right.
But you're also, if you're eating on regular plates, and now you have a whole kitchen staff that has to clean all those dishes where...
True.
I'm not asking for refills on my drink. Mm-hmm. And things like that. So I don't. Okay, I'm just going to be the unpopular one here, and I don't agree with it. Mm-hmm. And I know it's 99 cents.
I don't think you're the unpopular. I think you're probably the majority in this.
Right.
It would make me go elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It really would. It would make me not order from them and go to another restaurant.
Now, here's the question.
Sometimes it's the principle of the whole thing.
Does that include... what's the one with not Uber but
DoorDash?
Does that include DoorDash?
Oh, if they have
so
to do
if I'm ordering food on DoorDash, let's say Buffalo Wild Wings, do I get the DoorDash fee and now the $1
That's
fee?
a good question.
Oh, so many.
Because you already pay a delivery fee on DoorDash.
I'm going to Jim's house and we're going to eat off his new grill. That's what we're doing.
There you go. There's no fee there.
That's right.
Good morning. It's Jim, Deb, and Kevin at 95.5 WFMS. Throwback Thursday with Maddie and Tay. Of course, we mentioned they're coming to town to the Vogue, and that's going to be July the 20th, so coming up just around the corner, too. But we talked with them, 2015, I think, is one of the first times we ever spoke to them for our Throwback Thursday.
We wrote in a very vulnerable place in our lives, and we've been together for 5 years, and there was this really weird, all of us chasing our dreams, there's like a part where you get very discouraged and you start not believing in yourself and what you can do. And we were at that stage where we had been working so hard every single day and nothing was happening. And little did we know Big Man was up there working all this crazy stuff right now. But, we just were having a really tough time and needed a song to kind of encourage ourselves. And so we went in a writing room and just had no guard, just kind of let it all out. And
the video is awesome.
Well, and the fans are resonating so well. I mean, it's connecting, and we see it in their eyes at every single show. And I think that's something that is so priceless. Beautiful. Yeah.
Priceless, yeah.
Very priceless.
And we saw you on, I think, the Today Show.
Yeah.
Okay, so fun fact about that. We had never played with a band. That was the first time playing with a full band. Because we were the band for 5 years. Wow. And so they were like, hey, can y'all play the Today Show? And we're like, we don't have a band. And they're like, we're going to get the people that played on your record to go play. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, so we just
Would you prefer it be just the two of you? No, on TV you really want your music to come across as well as it does on radio and through your speakers. So of course we wanted to give that same effect and let people hear what they hear on a daily basis. So yeah.
Right. But yeah, that was interesting. It was awesome.
So obviously you're a big hit.
But who do you see in the room that you're like, oh my God, that's so and so?
So we were in this booth, and Martina McBride was in the booth right next to us, and I was trying to like eavesdrop on her, but I felt really bad. But Martina McBride, I germed.
Reba, we're like best friends with Reba now. We're on a first name basis, obviously. No, I'm just kidding.
We're a big deal.
3 hugs from her. So.
Yeah, we played a show with her, and she was like hugging on us. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best day ever.
Well, you all just use your first name?
First name,
See?
yeah.
It's like a club.
Maddie,
Yeah.
Tay,
Maddie and
Martina,
Tay.
Reba.
She wants to do a trio.
Oh.
And we are like, oh yeah, we're totally up for that.
Maddie and Tay there. A lot of energy right there with those two. Again, they're going to be at the Vogue. It's going to be July 20th. You can win tickets. Taylor's got them coming up at 12:30 this afternoon for you to win those tickets. Go see Maddie and Tay. I had to go to the doctor the other day, and I decided when I was there that when I get nervous, I get funny. Or try to be funny. Yeah, exactly, because I'm just nervous. I had to go in, a little lesion on my side here that my doctor wanted me to have a dermatologist look at, maybe cut it off and do a biopsy and all that. So I go into the doctor's office, and the doctor comes in. He's got the nurse with him, and I'm sitting there in the chair, and he's a real nice guy. You know? And he says, so he takes a look at it. He says, okay, go ahead and take your shirt off, and we'll, what is it, cauterize, I think it is?
Yeah.
And it would take your shirt off. And so I'm taking my shirt off, and I said to the nurse, you might recognize me as a calendar model.
Oh, no. Oh,
Did she just look at you like,
right.
Funny.
Cue the eye roll.
Right.
Yeah.
He said, okay, well, let's go ahead and do this process. So he looks over at his nurse, and he goes, BNSRU. And I went, ASAP.
No.
So so you think you're funny, but that's your nervous.
What he said earlier was trying to be funny.
Right.
Trying's the key word.
Then he looks over at the nurse, and he says, alcohol. I said, sure, I'll have a drink.
Oh, no. Jim, why do you do
And at this
that?
particular point, I noticed that the nurse is not even
No one's
cracking a
laughing.
smile.
In fact, she left the room.
The doctor was laughing, and I looked at her. I said, you've had about enough of me, haven't you?
Yeah, because you know what we have? Just hearing the playback.
I don't know why it is. When I get nervous,
I've noticed that with you.
Before. It's, pressure or stress or something.
You go into, you rely on what you do best, and that was your cheesy jokes.
But it's not. There's a time for that. And,
there is a time and a place.
and not a time for that.
But why not a doctor's office? Usually everybody's kind of sterile.
Well, they're trying to do their job.
Well, right. You might as well have a little jocularity with it, huh?
But here's the deal. You're making a joke that you're a calendar body, and they're probably thinking, does he really think that?
She probably went out and said to the front desk, get this.
Yeah, and now he's wanting us to give him some alcohol?
Yeah. I see nothing wrong with that. You? She probably went out front and said, I think we have a calendar model back here. You got to see this guy.
I will say that is your go-to. Not that you were nervous with my family, but we did my son's graduation open house.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, my mom called me. She goes, Kevin was so sweet. He was asking me all about it. And then she goes, and then there's Jim. She goes, Jim had some of the funniest things he said, but there's just Jim.
Maybe I might have been nervous, It
might have been.
Might have been there. I'm hanging
It's just
around.
your go-to.
All the honeycuts there. But anyway, so I'm sorry. I want to apologize to the nurse for all those great jokes. She probably
You know
went
what?
home,
Why don't you just do a blanket apology to everybody?
Everyone that's,
Past
so long
and
with that.
current and future.
And future.
Yeah, right. 95.5 WFMS, Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Deb's got your daily dirt, and it's getting kind of ugly with Kevin Costner and his wife.
Yeah, I hate hearing that. We'll share the details coming up here in about 30 seconds. First, a man was arrested for cleaning himself in Pierce Brosnan's outdoor shower. I mean, you got to bathe.
Yeah, that's good hygiene.
The problem is, I think, what he did before the shower.
What
that
was
is,
that?
he went next door on Pierce's neighbor's lawn and took care of business.
Left a deposit?
And not number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, left a deposit. Great way to describe that.
Alrighty, okay.
So he's been charged with burglary because, technically, he stole water.
Right,
And
that's
so he
true.
was charged with burglary. I mean, he's charged with indecency or that.
You would think that would be
that's
there
just
too.
so gross. Kendall Jenner says she's not built for public life. This is the supermodel who is a sister of Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
She says she's not good at it, being in public and
Right.
having all the cameras in her face. Although you're a supermodel.
That's what you do.
Kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Kevin Costner's wife, Christine, wants $248,000 per month in child support for their 3 children. Let me
Sounds about
repeat that.
right. Yeah.
About $250,000.
Yeah.
What? And she wants them to pay 100% of their expenses. That includes private school tuition and healthcare expenses and all of that. But shouldn't that be maybe? Couldn't you wrap all that up in your $248,000 a
think
month?
every part of it,
I mean,
yeah.
if this is the lifestyle the kids are used to living,
Yeah, it's
they
true.
shouldn't
That's how
suffer
they do it, yeah.
because mom and dad don't get along anymore.
Well, I'm not saying they suffer. I'm saying
Okay.
you would think that would come from her $248,000 a month.
Right. You'll have to cover
But
that.
Kevin's all for it. So
No,
up, right?
no, I just, I'm not for the kids to suffer. So if that's what they're used to.
I would say I'm right there
used
with
to going to the private schools and used to going to, whatever.
Oh, I don't think that
But
they
you think
would.
the 248 would pay for
I'm
that.
saying the 248 would probably pay for it, so everybody'd still be doing what they're doing.
But she's used to all those other things too.
Well, you might have to get one less highlight or something. I don't know. 728, that's Deb's Daily Dirt, and it's sponsored by Mark Dietel Realty.
All right, it's time for another round of Can't Beat Deb, and a contestant on the line is Tim. Hey, Tim.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. What side of town you from?
I live in Fishers.
In Fishers.
Fishers,
All right.
okay.
Well, here's how we play.
Tim, we're going to ask you 5 questions. We, of course, asked Deb those exact same 5 questions. If you get more right than Deb, then yay, you win. But if she gets more right than you, or if she ties you, then she wins. And if you're ready, let's start with question number 1.
All right, but first, Tim, your mom knows Deb pretty well, right?
She does.
All right. Well, it's all on the line for you, brother.
Yeah.
It's all on the line. All right, here we go. Question 1. The reason Tiger Woods always wears a red shirt on the final day of a tournament is because his mother once told him to. What color jacket does the winner of the Masters get?
Green jacket.
Question 2. The top thing we don't miss about high school is homework. Now, what TV show featured characters named Zach, Screech, and A.C. Slater?
Saved by the Bell.
Question 3, tennis balls were originally white, but they switched to a yellowish green so they'd show up better on TV. Now, in tennis, what does love mean?
0 score.
Question 4, Governor Eric Holcomb has decided not to run for the U.S. Senate. Now, who was the governor before Holcomb?
Mike Pence.
And question 5, it's barbecue season. What is the number 1 selling barbecue sauce in the U.S. according to Statista.com? Is it Big Al's Smokehouse, Sweet Baby Ray's, or Open Pit?
Sweet Baby Ray's.
All right, there's our 5 questions. Let's bring Deb back to the room and see how she does. It's back to Can't Beat Deb. Our contestant on the line, Deb, is Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah, I mentioned that you're friends with his mom.
Yes, I
The
am.
pressure's on this young man.
But as of right now, it's like no relations, friendship's over right now.
That's right,
All right.
because it's game time. All right, here we go, Deb. Question 1. The reason Tiger Woods always wears a red shirt on the final day of a tournament is because his mother once told him to. Now, what color jacket does the winner of the Masters get?
It's green.
That's correct. And Tim knew that too, so everybody scores. It's Deb 1, Tim 1.
Question 2. The top thing we don't miss about high school is homework. Now, what TV show featured characters named Zach, Screech, and A.C. Slater?
Oh, Saved by the Bell.
That's correct. And Tim knew that too, so
he
again,
did.
everybody scores. Deb 2, Tim 2.
All right, question 3. Tennis balls were originally white, but they switched to yellowish green so they'd show up better on TV. Now, in tennis, what does love mean?
Oh. Shoot, I don't know. I didn't play tennis. Love?
Love.
Love. Okay, so love. Love means doubles. It's a good guess.
No, it's not.
Oh.
He's wrong.
Did Tim get it right?
He did. It means 0 in score.
Oh,
and so he gets the point.
shoot.
He gets the score. It's Deb 2, Tim 3.
That's okay. I'll make it up.
All right, question 4. Governor Eric Holcomb decided not to run for the U.S. Senate. Now, who was the governor before Holcomb?
That's another great question. Oh, gosh. I should know this. Hang on a second. No, just give me a second.
Okay.
So there's Governor Holcomb, and before that, there was Governor. Let's see, we had Mayor Ballard. We had Governor. We had Steve Goldsmith. No, we had Mayor.
We've nearly had another election since you've asked the
I
question.
know. You put me on the spot, and I can't remember. Okay, hang on.
Okay.
Just give me 10 seconds.
Okay, 10 seconds.
Tim, just sit
10
still.
More, 10 more seconds. Here we go.
Let's see. Governor. As soon as you say it, I'm going to be ticked. Governor Holcomb, and before that, we had Governor. Why is it not coming to me? Shoot, I've got a blank.
Governor Blank?
No, shoot. Wait, hang on a second. Okay, no, all right, go ahead.
He also was our vice president.
Oh, shoot!
Mike
no,
Pence.
No, Pence! Oh, my God.
And Tim knew the answer. So Tim gets the point.
I
It's
hate Tim.
Deb 2, Tim 4.
All right, here we go. Question 5.
I'm done. I'm leaving early.
Question 5, really just for fun.
Okay, yeah. No kidding.
It's barbecue season. What is the number 1 selling barbecue sauce in the U.S. according to Statista.com? Is it Big Al's Smokehouse, Sweet Baby Ray's, or Open Pit?
Oh, I would say, I don't think it's the first one. I'm going to go with Sweet Baby Ray's.
That's correct. And Tim knew that,
He
too.
didn't get any wrong?
He did not. So the final score, Deb 3, Tim 5.
Goodbye, Tim.
Tim, you just smoked Deb, what you just did. Congratulations.
She did her best. It wasn't good enough, but maybe next time she'll get it.
It wasn't quite good enough there, Deb.
Oh,
Maybe
you know
next
what?
time.
Send Tim packing.
All right, well, it's time for those famous words.
I'm Timothy Fishers, and I definitely can beat Deb.
If you'd like to be a contestant, go to the website, WFMS.com. We'll get you signed up for Can't Beat Deb. 95.5 WFMS. Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Kevin's got your Nash news now. And does Chris Young still own parachute pants?
Well, there's a possibility. I'll explain here in a moment.
Okay.
So during the Las Vegas show, Keith Urban did a FaceTime call with a woman hanging out at home. Her mother set it up. She was in the audience, handed Keith the phone, said, hey, my daughter's at home, can't be here. And Keith made a funny thing about the moment by that. And then folks commented, well, that couldn't happen at a Garth Brooks show because you can't have your phone.
You can't
with
have
you.
your phone.
Yeah.
That's right.
Keith Urban is embracing the whole thing and FaceTiming people on
My
stage.
nanny, he walked by my nanny at a show, and he grabbed her cell phone and took a selfie with her.
Yeah.
And it's one of her favorite moments.
He gave
Right.
it back, I hope, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
this is my former nanny. I don't have a nanny now for
just
my
checking.
kids. That'd be weird.
Scotty McCreery, the alcohol that he says that the alcohol he'll never touch again is Fireball.
Oh,
Said his hunting buddies tricked him into that's what he said,
Right.
into drinking way too much of it, and it didn't end well. And for that reason,
No.
he's not touching it ever again. Chris Young used to make money as a break dancer
No.
as a teenager.
you are
You
kidding.
kidding.
Chris is from Nashville, and his mom says that he would go down to 2nd Avenue. We've been there many times at night and rake in the tips.
On 2nd Avenue?
Yeah.
Break dancing.
We have to ask that next time
no
we
kidding.
see him.
No kidding.
I need a
And
video.
this is from his
some
mother.
sort.
So, I mean, I think that's
Yeah.
fairly
Gotta be true.
credible.
Parachute pants had the zippers all over my
Right.
bed.
Yeah.
Looking good.